Morning guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we're discussing a topic that most newbies struggle with every single time. I'll be answering, how much do I need to get started with Forex? So, how much you need to get started with Forex depends on a number of factors. The first one being, how much money do you have to spare? How much money have you saved up? I'll have to be honest, guys. Trading Forex is super risky. Almost every broker you visit, their site has in fine print small words that tell you trading Forex is super risky and do not risk capital that you can't afford to lose. I strongly agree. Do not risk capital that you cannot afford to lose. Capital like school fees, rent money, upkeep money, money that was supposed to go to things like food to help you pay bills. I would suggest you first learn about Forex, that is, find a great mentor, learn about it, master it. Once you feel you're proficient enough, by mastering it, I mean you backtest the strategy, you also journal enough trades. I'm talking about 300 to 500 journal trades where you know the edge that you have on the market, and then test it with a small amount, then go in now with the amount that you are able to grow. The next thing that you have to remember is the minimum amount that your broker will allow you. Now, brokers are very different. Brokers like Traders Way will allow you to start with as low as $10. Brokers like Interactive Brokers require $10,000 or $2,000. Now, the differences in broker depends on their location and also just how they are trading. You might be excited to see that some brokers don't charge fees. They are commission-free trades, one of the most famous being eToro. Now, it depends. If you are a swing trader holds positions for more than a day. They could even hold it for a week or sometimes even a couple of weeks. They are aiming for large pips, maybe more than 200 pips. That won't really affect you. A day trader, not very. But a scalper, I'll generally avoid those free trades because when you're scalping, you want to be in and out of the market fast. So what I've noticed with these free brokers is you sort of lose a pip. It won't move as fast. So the other thing that you should be wary of is how much money are you willing to risk? This is important. Remember, Forex is quite risky. So how much money are you able to risk? So if you start with a certain amount, you also have to ask, of that amount, how much am I willing to risk? You often hear traders talk about the risk to reward ratio. The risk to reward ratio means if I put $1, I would like to make $2. If I put $1, I would like to make $3, $4, or $5. So that is something that you have to consider. Then the other one is, what is your end goal? Start from the end. How much do you want to make per week, per month, per day, per year? Then work backwards. This I've found to be the most useful way to figure out how much capital you need. I'll give you an example. Let us suppose you want to make just $400 a month. If you want to make $400 a month, the next question you're going to ask is number 5, which is, how does that fit into your trading strategy? By your trading strategy, you need to understand the risk, you need to understand the capital, you need to understand what tools you'll be using, what indicators, you need to know how you're going to enter, you need also to know how many trades will I be trading in a month. So for instance, if you're a day trader, which means you buy Forex at the start of the day and sell it before the end of the day, and then say you want to make $400. So you know that in a month, which is about 4 weeks, Forex is open 5 days out of 7. So you have about 20 trades. So you're going to divide that 20 days divided by 400, which will give you about 20. Then if you are realistic and say I'm going to be using a risk to reward ratio of 1:1, which means you would now divide and you're risking 1%, you're going to say 20 divided by 0.1, which comes to about $2,000. So Let me show you what I mean. So let us suppose that you want to make $600, right? So if you want to make $600 and you'll be day trading, so you divide it by about 20. You know that every single day you must make $30. So $30, and let us assume that you're using a risk to reward ratio of 1:1, which means you invest $1, you make $1, and you're risking only 1%. So if you're going to be risking only 1%, then you are going to divide this by 0.1%. I don't know why it's not. By 0.1. So then to get started, you would need about $2,000. Also, the other thing that you can do is to come into Excel and work it backwards. Say I've got $3,000 and I make 1%. And you make 1%, right? That's 30. Then you add it to the initial amount. So in a 20-day period, by the 20, you should have about 3,600. So I was actually a bit conservative. Minus. Then you can also figure out the percentage by simply saying this amount divided by 3,000 multiplied by 100. So what I've just done is I've compounded this 3,000, which was your initial amount, at 1%, and I have come up to about, by day 20, assuming you're winning all your trades, you would have about 3,660. You'd have made 660 profit, which is about 22% profit, which is not bad. Now, this is assuming you're winning, you've got a 100% win rate, which won't really be true. Now, some of you will say, Andrew, I don't have $3,000, so what do I do? Well, you can start with as low as $100, but the problem with having such low capital, in my opinion, is the fact that sometimes you often go into drawdown. Let me explain on a graph. So I've got two examples here. Let us suppose you can only see, I'll just put a vertical line there. Let us just imagine that the things on the right, this doesn't exist, and you think that the market has come down, it's going to break and go higher. So if it's going to do that, you enter your trade here for a buy, which means you're going long or up, and then the market goes against you and you are in about 37 pips, or let's just put it at 30 pips drawdown. Now, you need to do the math. So if someone has got an account which is $100, and you know that most brokers, the minimum lot size that they'll allow you is 0.01. So you're going to say, sorry, let me clear this. 0.01 multiplied by 10. So basically, when you want to know the value of a pip, in Forex, the value of how much you're investing is measured in pips. You just multiply the lot size by 10. It gives you a rough estimate of the value of the pip. Then you multiply it by the number of pips that the market has moved. So basically, if you had $100 and the market goes 30 pips against you, you would have lost $3, which is 3% of your account. Whereas someone with, say, a $5,000 account, right? If the market goes against them and they also invested 0.1, they were going to remain with 5,000 minus 3, which is 4,970. So they won't even feel it, so to say. So though that's the difference between having a bigger capital than having a smaller capital. So generally, Forex becomes easier to trade if you have larger capital. If you have smaller capital, it's quite hard. And there's a guy that I know, he was trading stocks, the warrior trader. He was able to grow $500 to over $1 million. I'll leave a link for the playlists in the description below. You can check it out. There are a lot of videos, but he actually did it. So it's not impossible. I'll just leave it there to show that it can be done. You just have to be really smart. You have to invest in your education. You have to journal, and you have to take this seriously. Most people fail because of undercapitalization, not being serious, and not being consistent. If you are consistent, if you are serious and you treat this like a full-time business, like a full-time career, you can make money. So ultimately, some of you will be saying, Andrew, give us a number. Like, you've talked of the numbers, the math, and all, but we want a number. Like, we want a number which we can get started with Forex. How much would I recommend? Now, if we factor in things such as commissions, and you also, I'm assuming you are day trading as well as scalping, not really swinging. Assuming you're day trading as well as scalping, I would recommend anywhere from anything above 500. 1,000 is okay, 2,000 is great, 5,000 is awesome, and $10,000 is like $10,000 if you have it. Well, that would be great. That is awesome. I wouldn't recommend starting with like $100,000. Well, because you don't want to blow a hole into that money. Just like at the start, I said you want to start with money which, if you lose, you won't lose your sleep. You won't get a heart attack. I wouldn't recommend people going to Forex with school fees, fees that they need to pay bills, like their last savings. Forex can sometimes be really cruel. So the other thing that I would also talk about is the bigger your capital, the easier it is to trade. In the next video, I'll be talking about risk management, what you're supposed to know, how risk management will save you heartaches. So feel free to comment, share, and like this video, and I'll get back to you in the next video. Thank you very much. Have a good day.